Hello students, welcome in online learning program. I am Harshada Tandle from the CBC Junior College, Nasik Road. Today from the topic of magnetic material, we will discuss about the time period of bar magnet, vibration magnetometer and the magnetic moment of an electron. Hello students, let us study the time period of angular oscillation of a bar magnet. For this one, consider the bar magnet suspended freely using extensible spring. Whenever bar magnet rotate, it makes an angle theta. It will rotate by an angle theta. Gradually, as the time increases, it will become stationary. At the equilibrium position, then its restoring torque is equal to deflecting torque. Then and then it will become equilibrium position. Then this restoring torque is tau is equal to I into d square theta upon dt square. This is the equation 1. In this one equation, this d square theta upon dt square is the angular acceleration of the magnet and I is the moment of inertia of the bar magnet and theta is the angle between B and M. As this magnet be rotated in a direction opposite to the direction in which torque acting, that is direction of the magnet rotation and the direction of the torque are opposite, then restoring force is the equal to minus mb sin theta and this is equation 2. Observe the equation 1 and 2, its left hand side of both the equations are same and that's why we can equate the right hand side of equation 1 and 2. When we equate the right hand side of equation 1 and 2, this is become I into d square theta upon dt square which is equal to minus mb sin theta, where theta is when the theta is very small, then this sin theta will become the theta and then equation will become I into d square theta upon dt square equal to minus mb theta. Then transfer this I to the right hand side, then d square theta upon dt square is equal to minus mb upon I into the theta. In this one equation, this m magnetic moment and the b magnetic field, here both are constant, and this is the equation of angular simple harmonic motion. This equation is analogous to the linear simple harmonic motion. Now what is the linear simple harmonic motion? You know that, which is d square x upon dt square equal to minus omega square x. Now observe these two equations, the left hand side of both the equation. This is the angular acceleration, this is the linear acceleration, this is angular displacement, this is the linear displacement. So we can equate these two equations. Then if you observe, this mb upon I is equal to omega square, and so omega square is equal to mb upon I. Taking the square root on both the sides, this omega is equal to under root of mb upon I. Now we are interested to find out the time period, and for this one purpose we know that omega is equal to 2 pi upon t. So t is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Now let us put the value of omega, which is this one. So t is 2 pi upon omega. Put the value of omega here, then 2 pi upon under root of mb upon I. Then this time period is t, which is 2 pi. This is I upon mb. So this is the equation of the time period. This is the time period of angular oscillation of a bar magnet. Hello students. Now let us learn the vibration magnetometer. Here is the picture shown, the vibration magnetometer, this one and this one. This vibration magnetometer is used to compare the magnetic moment and the magnetic field. And this vibration magnetometer works on the principle that whenever a freely suspended magnet is in uniform magnetic field, it disturbs from its equilibrium position. So here this is the magnet and this one is it is suspended by the thin spring, and this is the mean point. The box is such that the air current does not disturb the magnet. As the magnet slightly move or slightly disturb from its equilibrium position, and by noting the time period, we can calculate the magnetic field as well as the magnetic moment. Also, this can be used to determine the horizontal component of Earth magnetic field, that is BH. Hello students, let us learn the magnetic moment of an electron revolving around the nucleus of an atom. For this one purpose, consider the positively charged nucleus is there and the electron, negatively charged electron, revolve around its orbit. The mass of the electron is me. The electron is revolving in its orbit in clockwise direction with radius of the orbit is r. Then it forms the current loop. Now current flowing through this one is in anti-clockwise direction. So for this one purpose, let us consider the t is the period of revolution. Period of revolution means to complete this one, it required the time by the electron, that is the period of revolution. And the r is the radius of the orbit and v is the orbital velocity of the electron. This electron is revolving with some velocity and that velocity is v. And this A is the area enclosed by the loop. This is the loop whose area is A and which is the circle. Then I is the current flowing through this loop, which is in anti-clockwise direction. Then the orbital velocity is the distance upon time. But what is the distance here? Distance is the electron revolve like this. So total distance traveled by the electron is nothing but here circumference, because it is the circle. So circumference, that is the distance upon time. Orbital velocity is the distance upon time and the distance is circumference, which is 2 pi r upon v. Then the current, to find out the current is E upon T, is the charge on electron and T is the period. But what is the value of T? The value of T is the circumference upon orbital velocity, which is 2 pi r upon v. Then put the value of T in above equation. What will get? I is equal to E upon 2 pi r upon v. See, this V is present to the denominator which goes to the numerator, and this equation will become I is equal to EV upon 2 pi R. This is our equation 1. Actually, we are interested to find out the orbital magnetic moment. Orbital magnetic moment. This electron is revolving, and that's why it have the some orbital magnetic moment, which is the product of the current and the area. Now, as you know that area is this is the circle, and the area of the circle is pi r square. So let us put the value of I and A. I is EV upon 2 pi r, and the A is pi r square. Now this r present to the denominator side, and this is to the numerator side. So one of the r get cancelled, and only one r left to the numerator side, and that's why this orbital magnetic moment become EVR by 2. Hello students. Now orbital magnetic moment is the EVR by 2. Then if you multiply here numerator and denominator by the ME, which is the mass of electron, then this equation will become orbital magnetic moment is equal to E upon 2me into the MEVR. Here MVR is the angular momentum, which is denoted by L. Then this is replaced by the L, then this will become E L upon 2me. Rearranging this, orbital magnetic moment become E upon 2me into the L. Observe this one. This E upon 2me, E is the charge on electron, which is constant. 2 is constant. M is the mass of electron, which is also the constant. So this total term E upon 2me is the constant, and that ratio is called as the gyratomagnetic ratio. If you observe this orbital magnetic moment, and L is the angular momentum, and this is the constant. So this shows that the orbital magnetic moment is directly proportional to the angular momentum, because this is the constant. Students, when we write this one in vector form, because this is in magnitude form, but when we write in vector form, there is a negative sign here. So that negative sign indicates that the direction of orbital magnetic moment and the angular momentum are opposite to each other. After that, according to Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom, there is a second postulate in which the electron revolving in a circular orbit. Whenever the electron revolving in circular orbit, the angular momentum is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. What is h? H is a Planck constant. Then angular momentum, which is denoted by L, which is equal to mvr, which is equal to, according to this one, this is n into h upon 2 pi. Then put the value of L as nh upon 2 pi in this equation. When we put here the value of L as nh upon 2 pi, this orbital magnetic moment will become ENH upon 4 pi me. Then for the first orbit of electron, n is equal to 1. Let us put the value of n is 1 here. When we put the n is equal to 1, then this equation will become EH upon 4 pi me, and this is called as the Bohr magneton. So here the value of the Bohr magneton is 9.274 into 10 raised to power minus 24 ampere per meter square, and the unit of Bohr's magneton is ampere per meter square.